All right. What is up, guys? Hopefully this is all up and working. It doesn't look super high quality. I don't know if that's just me over here. Let us know if it's looking okay, how we're doing. It's been a minute. How's everybody doing tonight?
It looks a little...
That's what I'm saying. Let me know what the quality looks like, guys, because we're just getting up and running over here, but I don't know... Anybody in the chat? No?
No data.
Quality's good.
Oh, there it says excellent connection.
Yeah.
Well, because before it was saying, like, no data and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. Well, what's up, Yasbin? Yasbin Zapeta. How you doing? What's up, guys? How are we doing tonight? I know horror is a little bit different, but I figured since our official classic horror reactions are starting up on Saturday with Nightmare Before Christmas, I figured we'd do a live stream about it. We'd hang out. We'd talk about classic horror movies. We would talk about, pretty much whatever you guys want to talk about. You guys can give us suggestions for the horror season and different things like that. So yeah, I'm excited. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the hangout. Maybe we'll tell ghost stories. Who knows? We'll do something fun. We got a bunch of new people in the chat. So what's up, everybody? Kisame. Yasbin, my day is going great. The air conditioning is broken here, so it's pretty hot.
Yes, it is pretty hot in here.
We are glowing with beauty, as they say. Yeah, besides that, it's going really well, though. How's everybody in the chat doing? How are we doing today? I know this is about horror, but are you planning on watching the Garfield Spider-Man before MCU Spider-Man? Probably not, because we already have seen MCU Spider-Man. So we'll probably do Garfield after, I would assume, at some point. Clara, what's up? Got some mods in the chat.
Garfield Spider-Man?
There was a third Spider-Man that you haven't seen yet.
Garfield Spider-Man.
So there's Maguire, there's Garfield, and there's Holland. So between Maguire and Holland, there was another Spider-Man attempt by Sony before they sold partial rights to Marvel. It was a whole thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, it was a kind of a crazy thingamabob. Kenyatta, I don't know if we're going to watch Don't Breathe 2, because Don't Breathe 2 looked kind of dumb. Like, I know that's harsh, but the whole point of... Remember Don't Breathe, right? The whole point... The old guy?
Yeah, the older dude.
The whole point is that he's, like, a really evil, messed up dude, right?
Yeah.
And the whole, like, plot of Don't Breathe 2 is that it's, like, he's a good guy now, and he's, like, taking care of this girl. And there's, like, even worse robbers. And I was just like, I can't root for that dude after he was doing weird stuff with a turkey baster. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, I mean...
he's evil. What horror movies are you looking forward to watching most, and have you watched the new Candyman? We have not watched the new Candyman. That's a good question, though. What horror movies are you looking forward to watching?
I mean...
Like, are there iconic horror movies that you've heard of that you haven't seen yet?
I mean, if I can remember any, like...
Like, have you heard of Halloween?
Yeah, I think I've heard of Halloween, possibly.
Okay.
So, I guess...
Have you heard
honestly...
of Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of Silence of the Lambs.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to, honestly, like...
By the way, guys, throw questions. Let's have a discussion. Hang out in the chat. The whole point of doing this is to hang out with you guys. So, if you guys have questions or super chats or different things like that, throw them in the chat. Let's hang out.
Yeah, but like I said, like... Honestly, I'm looking forward to, like, not a specific movie, but
just 80s horror in general.
Just, like, older horror. I mean, it's once again one of those things where it's, like, I've heard about certain movies and things like that. And, I'm sure I've seen references to older horror movies as far as, like...
Yeah, we've seen newer horror.
Yeah.
And so it's cool going back to, like, the OG...
I would like to know the origins of the references. And, like, for example, like, that one... This isn't horror based, but with great power comes great responsibility. Like, I had no idea that came from Spider-Man. I
mean, technically, somebody else said it, some philosopher or something, but
no, but still,
yeah, it's cool, right?
That's where it probably got the most, like, fame, I guess you could say, or where it kind of like got its most outreach.
El Oro del Tigre. Don't know if I'm saying your name right, but thank you for popping in, dude. You have a great night. Martyrs and Hostel, truly gruesome. Well, I don't want to go too hardcore. I want to do like classics. Like we did Nightmare Before Elm Street. I want to do Halloween, and then probably the new Halloween. Silence of the Lambs, possibly Gremlins, like classic horror. Huh. That's interesting. Look, everything comes from something. Part of the charm is not really knowing. It's cool to get the references, though, right? I mean,
yeah.
Like, because that's half of this whole journey for you, mainly, right? Is, like, you're going through all these classic movies. Like, half of these I've already seen, but it's like you're starting to be like, oh, that's where the meme from this thingy. That's where this thing comes from. That's where this idea comes from, or whatever.
Yeah, so it's... Yeah, if I don't know something, for example, even though I knew this, like, if someone made a reference to Star Wars' I Am Your Father moment, and everyone else was like, oh, I get it. And then I'm sitting there like, what? Like, you get what? You know? It's just a line to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's cool to finally, like, you know, I mean, you get that relatability and you can understand things better.
Favorite horror movie? Ooh, that's a good one.
So far, favorite horror movie? Doctor Sleep's probably up there.
Right? I mean, so you watch The Shining, that's an iconic one. The Conjuring or The Conjuring 2, which is better?
I can't remember.
Because their relationship is way
similar.
cuter. No, but the relationship between the Warrens, I feel like I liked a lot more. Not that the first one was bad, it's just they developed it a lot more in the second one.
Yeah. I was just thinking family-wise. I was thinking, like, which family did I like better?
Ooh, oh, that's true. I gotta say The Conjuring 2. Even though the ending's a little bit crazy. I think I gotta say Conjuring 2. Because the nun is creepy, dude. And that whole gimmick and the way they do the nun. Like, that whole scene. That scene alone is one of the best horror scenes.
Yeah.
It's so expertly well done.
I think I saw Yoshida, ask what was my first, or your first, both of ours, horror slasher movie. So I'm assuming that's like...
I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street's a great example.
Yeah, is that your
first?
Yeah, that's got to be my first. Right? I don't.
Pretty much all the classic ones that we're watching are like those '80s slasher horror. It's like, I mean, look, I may be wrong, but to my understanding, that's where that genre really came from. Like, there's the OG, 40s, 50s, 60s vampire Dracula, Frankenstein, the whole cape over the eyes, that whole thing, Wolfman. The Mummy, but like those like piano synthesizer slasher movies, those are all 80s.
Okay.
So that's like the genre that we're really hitting.
Now, what exactly does slasher entail? Like, is that a specific like?
Well, I mean, excessive violence and probably promiscuity.
Okay, so it's kind of like
you got your hot blonde sleeping with somebody and then they get murdered. That's like your classic like slasher murder scenario.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean? Which is very 80s to begin with. Yeah, we could do the classic Boris Karloff and stuff like that. That would be interesting. You are my new fave. Oh, new. Okay. All right, Submarine. We only no, I'm kidding. What's one thing you like about each other the most? Whoa.
I think we've actually covered that in like a previous stream.
But it was a long time ago.
That was a way long time ago. I just like that he's able to deal with the more like, I don't know,
business side.
Yeah, well, like discussing things with people or like having to set up things. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I don't like dealing with the people.
I think you add a really like a contemplative element to watching the movies, whereas I'm just like, cool shot, and you're like, oh, that reminds me of this like really cool idea here. And I know I get excited and I talk over you sometimes, and I apologize, guys, because I just get excited. But it is cool to have that like. I don't know, you have a very unique perspective on movies, and so it's really easy. Because, like, reaction video is a little bit of a video, but it's so easy to talk about movies after a movie with you, I feel like.
Yeah.
You bring a really unique perspective, and it's, like, something deeper. It's cool. I like it.
I also like that, even though we're able to agree with each other pretty well, like, if we do disagree with something, like...
We have a fight off camera.
No, it's like we
throw down! No,
you
you're
can be able to, like... like disagree and like argue and debate about something without like
it never gets angry or anything.
It doesn't feel like awkward or something. It's like, oh,
yeah.
I just think this is different.
And I feel like it's never like, well, your hair sucks, and like, well, like it never goes there, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of just, all right, like, we just disagree. And I like that. Because that's cool. That makes for good movie discussions.
Yeah, it's fun.
Are you going to see Nightmare Before Christmas? We saw Nightmare Before Christmas. It is going up on Patreon on Sunday. That was a weird movie. That was too weird for my taste. I mean, like, yeah, it was just a little weird.
I enjoyed it.
I prefer more on the Coraline as opposed to the Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, Coraline is like, I don't know. It's still interesting, though. Have you guys watched the Fear Street series on Netflix? No, we have not. Are you planning to see Corpse Bride? I have no idea. I'll throw it up on a poll, Alex. Animation, especially because we're doing this like new animator react series. By the way, what do you guys think of that? Is solely in your hands. So this next poll, especially, we're gonna have Ghibli. We're gonna have probably another stop motion. I'll maybe put up Corpse Bride because I've seen a few people talk about that. But there's gonna be like really everything up there. So it's totally up to you guys to choose.
No, thanks for finally being able to catch us. Get-go be reading.
Coyote, we're talking old scary movies and we're talking future reactions. So we're starting our Oktoberfest horror Halloween fantastical thing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of those cool words. I can't always use. Thing starting Saturday. We may be doing like costumed live streams and different things actually during October. But we're starting that, so I figured we'd do a live stream. I figured we could get some suggestions, talk about classic horror movies with you guys, see what you'd be interested in watching. Like, for example, Halloween, right? There's like a million sequels, and then everybody said those didn't count. So when we watch Halloween, do you want us to watch the new Halloween then, the 2018 Halloween, as the sequel? You know, like stuff like that. Just kind of talk about some of the classic 80s horror movies to hit this next season, I guess, because it's half of September through October 31st. When are you guys doing the Forrest Gump reaction? Next Friday. Honestly, I've been a subscriber for a while, but never really voiced it. You guys are cool, and I look forward to all your future reactions. Thank you, dude. I don't know if I've seen you...
I recognize the name.
Okay.
It's Vesper.
Well, dude, thanks for supporting us, bro. That's awesome. No, we're gonna watch the original Halloween. Don't worry, okay? We're gonna watch the original Halloween, and then we're gonna watch the new Halloween.
Alright, so it seems like Halloween 1 and 2 are like...
Okay.
Pretty good.
Because I don't want to do too many, like, we're only doing one a week, right? So I don't want to do too many of the same series either.
Yeah.
Like, there's a second Nightmare Before Christmas, or Nightmare on Elm Street, but we skip that just because it's like, we want to get the classics. Like, I've never seen Friday the 13th, you know, and those kind of things. All right, Zach, man. Tough luck with college, dude. That's a hard grind.
Yep,
but
good luck with it.
Have a good night, dude. Yeah, Halloween 1's the only one connected to Halloween. So I think that's what we're going to do, is just Halloween 1 and Halloween 2018, and then possibly, if we want, we can go to the theaters and see the sequel, which is coming out on Halloween. Love the new type of reaction. It's cool having the opinion of a professional awarded animator. I agree. I agree.
I mean, I'll take the compliments. If that's what you're calling me, I'll take it.
Phantasm. I don't know. I know Phantoms. The isn't that Dean Koontz? Maybe it's Stephen King. Isn't that Stephen King? Phantoms. Yeah, I've been actually hearing the new Halloween movie. A lot of people are coming out of it being like, it's too violent. And
oh, really?
I mean, we'll see, dude. No, I've never seen... This is why this Halloween is going to be great, guys, okay? We're going to be dressing up in costumes. We're going to be doing stupid things. We're going to be doing, like, horror quizzes or something dumb. And we're going to be watching amazing, amazing OG classic horror movies. Because I've never seen half of those, frankly. Any animated...
Hell House.
The Legend of Hill House?
Hell House.
Hell House.
I saw someone say, like, there were some, like, hidden gems or something like that. I kind of missed it.
Huh. Is Gremlins a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Can we settle this debate? Because some people have been saying it's Christmas, some people have been saying it's Halloween. And I don't know whether to put it on the polls or not. We are possibly gonna watch Scream. That's definitely. I'm gonna put it up on a few polls.
I've heard of Scream.
Yeah, it was like a. It's like a meta Halloween movie.
No, really.
Christmas, Halloween, Halloween. Halloween. It's like 50-50 Christmas to Halloween.
It's reminding me of
Nightmare Before Christmas. Going to suggest House LLC, but you've never heard of Phantasm. Must see classic. I think Gremlins is more of a Christmas, so we'll probably do Gremlins for Christmas.
I mean, we got a decent amount for Halloween, right?
Yeah, we have a lot. So, like, I know there are stuff that you guys think, like, you want us to watch, but are there, like, classics? You know, because we want to catch those, like, those mainstream 80s horror stuff that we've never seen. I know there's niche things, but for Christmas, are we going to watch Die Hard? Of course. Duh. And Gremlins now, apparently. Happy Death Day will do. Don't worry, guys. So, like, we do a horror reaction once a week, so it's not like this is the only time we're doing horror reactions. Like, we have plenty of time to do more modern horror movies.
Psycho.
I'd be down, but I put it on the polls and nobody's voting for it. These are totally in your guys' hands. So if you guys want certain things, I will take your advice and put them on polls. But in the end, it's totally up to you guys and what you vote.
Where's Jason? Like, is that the horror movie or is that another?
No,
one?
Isn't that Halloween?
Oh, that Jason.
I might be. I forget who's who. I always forget the names.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I know Jason's like one of the like,
Jason
characters
and Freddy Krueger, but I always forget who's who. Poltergeist. Oh, I've heard good thing. Well, I've heard about Poltergeist. Poltergeist is have you heard anything about like what happened on the set of Poltergeist? Dude, it's freaky.
I remember someone talking about it or something.
They like used real human bones.
Oh,
stuff.
really?
And then they didn't. Okay, so they like cheaped out because they were trying to save money in the prop department.
What?
And they got human bones because somebody was like a mortician or something.
What the?
So there's like a scene where they're in a bunch of bones. I've never seen the movie, so I'm not even, you know as much as I do. And they're like real people bones. And there's like all this freaky stuff that like happened on set. But then they didn't get rid of the bones. They put them back in the prop vault and they got used for like the next movie.
Whoa.
That's so creepy.
That's kind of crazy.
So messed up. Have you seen the Back to the Future trilogy? I have. Nine-Tailed Brush has.
Not.
Alright, Friday the 13th. We'll have to watch Friday the 13th then. Jason is Friday the 13th. Michael Myers. There we go. Okay, so we're going to watch Friday the 13th as well. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Maybe. I don't know, though, because I don't like it when it gets, like, wacky gross, you know?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know how gross it is. I mean, but if it's anything on the level of, like, you know, probably, like, the later Saw movies or what we saw in Midsommar, then...
We already watched Nightmare on Elm Street. It's going up this week. And we have already seen The Exorcist. The Exorcist is on the channel, Anthony. It's up already. If you look in the horror movie playlist.
Oh, interesting.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
I've actually heard about that movie. And it looks really funny.
Because I know Shaun of the... Wait, no, I don't know Shaun of the Dead.
You've never seen Shaun of the Dead. You know Shaun of the Dead. You've never seen it, though, I don't think. We're not
I'm thinking of another zombie movie.
How about we watch a movie tonight with you guys? Well, the only problem is that copyright is kind of BS and we can't show anything on the screen. We've also watched The Shining, Zach. It's on the channel. Guys, we've watched these.
The Innocents. Have you heard of that one?
The Innocents? Never heard of that one. The Ring. But do we watch the Japanese version? Because, I mean...
Well, I remember I've already seen the Japanese.
Oh, I've never seen the Japanese version.
Okay. Have you seen the American version?
I've never seen either.
I've not seen the American one.
We'll do a switch off. We'll do a double feature. You guys have only seen Playdate horror. Well, I mean, to be fair, we also want to do like there have to be people who watch the reactions. So like I know you guys have specific movies, but if it's not voted or there doesn't seem like there's an audience for it, it's a little unfair unless it's like a reaction request or something.
Well, I've actually not seen many of the famous horror movies.
Yeah,
but I've seen a lot of. I've actually seen more horror. Than,
we actually don't do as much because we've seen a lot of the like weird Babadook, like actual horror.
Yeah, like the really like discreet stuff. I've seen certain ones.
If I die, I want my bones to be used in an Oscar movie. I agree, Alex. What kind of camera are you using to film right now? We are using a phone. Why does it look? Please tell me you're asking that because it looks like amazing, not because it looks like trash.
I mean, for our preview, it looks like...
The preview looks like trash.
We're like in 144p or something.
Dude.
I don't get it.
I've heard about Fear Street, guys. I know. Fear Street is on Netflix. We know. We've seen bits and pieces of it. Any horror you guys decide to watch, I appreciate because you guys have great comment. Thank you, Chantel. See? Positive vibes in the chat. What's your favorite childhood costume? Dude, I never did Halloween. That's why I'm doing Halloween hardcore on the channel this year. Did you ever do Halloween?
Yeah, we did
I
Halloween
literally
a
have
lot.
never dressed up.
Really?
I have never, because then when I did, I was like older, so like I hung out with people or like went out with people's younger siblings.
Yeah.
I have technically never dressed up on Halloween and gone out.
I think my favorite was the Green Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Or actually, it wasn't Mighty Morphin. It was Ninja Storm.
What's the difference?
It was a different Power Ranger.
Oh,
Like,
shit. Do they like take on the mantle?
Kind of. Yeah,
Okay.
just a different people.
Blair Witch Project. See, we've already seen Blair Witch Project.
I've seen Blair Witch Project.
We've played Slenderman.
I've played Slenderman and watched every version of Slenderman that there is. You were the Pink Ranger? Nice.
Alex wants to know what your story is because you haven't seen 80% of the things.
What my story is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, like, I was born in Japan, then I came over, I think, like, 6 years later after I was born, so I was, like, around 6 or something, and we basically grew up on just, like, Japanese, like, shows and stuff. Like, I was watching really old Japanese anime, like, and stuff like Ultraman, Godzilla, Kamen Rider, stuff like that. So, like, a lot of times I wasn't, growing up with the typical classics. That's why I haven't watched a lot of stuff.
And I had no friends, which is why I've watched everything.
Nice.
As above, so below. That's found footage, right? I think I've seen that one.
I haven't seen that one. I remember it was like about the catacombs and stuff,
Underneath
right?
Paris.
Something like
It's
that.
a wacky movie. I watched that. It's a wacky movie. I couldn't risk dressing up. Potential razor blades in the candy? Whoa!
Oh my
Is that
goodness.
is that a thing? Like, I know that might be really insensitive to ask, but that's like one of those things you hear about.
I mean, it probably in some
you
places.
never know whether it's like more wives' tale than it is reality.
I mean,
Of course, I'm sure it's happened, which is why people say.
Yeah.
But I wonder how, like...
common it is?
Yeah, like, do people actually put razor blades in candy or, like, in apples or stuff?
I mean,
Or is that more of, like, this is what parents say to, like, be careful because it happened twice?
I mean, most likely just depends on where you live, to be honest.
All the people who do it themselves. No, it's a thing. No.
Hey,
Wait, my father's daughter. It's a thing? Yes? Oh, okay. Whoa. That's so messed up. Who does that?
Goodness.
Like, actually, like, can we... Like, what kind of a horrible person are you? Like, if you don't want to give him candy, just don't give him candy. But, like, who is going to do that? That is so messed up. I'm don't know, the Blaze being a thing in the 90s. Don't know anyone that happened to, but remember stories of it on the news happening to people. Dang.
Ay, ay, ay.
Dang. Are we all going to watch Child's Play? I don't know. Possibly. I want a real adaptation of Lovecraft.
I've like heard of some of these.
Child's Play? Yeah, I've heard of a few of these.
Isn't that Chucky? Child's Play?
It is, I think.
I think it is.
Yeah. I know, Marvin, but like still, it's like, okay, dude, like just don't be a douche. People donate. Wow, that's messed up. Amber, we have it's on the channel. Chucky is whack, dude.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have seen Chucky. Child's Play? I might have seen that.
I might know about it. Would you ever react to Goosebumps? If you do, episode 1, recommend. Possibly, guys. It's not, you know. None of these things are not options. I just figured we would come on here and talk about some classic horror things.
Well, I mean, they've mentioned, like, probably...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many classics there are.
No, we have a decent list now. We got Friday the 13th, we got Child's Play, we got Halloween and Halloween 2018, we got...
The Ring or The Grudge.
Yeah.
We could go with those. Bless you.
Thank you.
Amber, we've seen The Exorcist.
Yeah, it's up on the channel. The entire Halloween franchise is a roller coaster of emotions. Halloween 1 and 2, some sequels are worth a watch. Okay. Freaks 1932 is the most shocking and controversial movie ever. I don't know if I want to watch that.
Oh,
Dude,
no.
like, there's those, you think it's just new movies that have some wacky stuff, but, like, before they had film regulations, like, in the 30s, there's some freaking weird...
I'm
like,
sure.
they were doing weird, because they were like, oh, we could do whatever we want. And they were like, oh, there's some weird stuff that, like, slipped between the cracks in that, like, little period. As weird. Oh, that's right. We're going to watch the 80... Is it 84? The Thing? 84? John Carpenter's The Thing. We're watching that movie. I cannot wait. I want to show you that movie. It's a weird movie, and it's a little bit gross, but it's not as bad as Midsommar, and it, like, literally revolutionized practical effects in horror forever.
Oh, dang. Okay.
It's insane. And it's the same guy that does Halloween, so... have you reacted to Annihilation? No, we have not.
I forgot. How much Paranormal Activity did you watch?
I think I know all of the movies. Like, I think I watched
Oh,
a
you do?
review or a summary.
Okay.
I can't remember, though. I know for sure I've watched the first one. Well, Sheridan, thanks for joining the channel, dude. Pirates of the Caribbean is scary. Okay. Now you're just making a stretch.
Deliverance. Is that an older movie? Or like a...
I have no idea. These are just random horror movies we're getting at this point. You guys got any questions or discussions and stuff like that you guys want to throw in the chat? Like, I know you guys have a lot of suggestions, but I feel like we're getting just some niche horror and stuff like that at this point.
Oh, hey, I mean, they might be classics. You don't know.
That's
unless
true.
you've
That's true.
unless you've researched
I'll have
already.
to go through this and then research them all. Have either of you seen Stranger Things? I've seen Stranger Things.
I have not.
We'll probably do it at some point, but I feel like it's not necessarily set for Halloween, and that's a 3 to 4 season investment. So, all right, Laura, have a good night.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
The true horror.
Oh,
we should just watch creepy kids shows from like 40 years ago.
Dude, there's some
with the lights off, I would freak.
That's where that's where all the creepy stuff is.
Dude, it is, man.
It's like stuff that's uneasy.
Clowns, weird freaky dolls. You know what? That's a good question. Do you guys have ideas for us to dress as costume ideas for us? Like, do you have anything that you're like, I think they would be a perfect Chucky or something? I feel like I could do Chucky. Get the hair. Just dye my hair red. No, like give us some costume ideas. I could do Snape.
Yeah, Teletubbies, dude.
Oh, dude, have you seen the Teletubbies mod that somebody did on Nazi Zombies?
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's amazing.
Yeah, I know. Like, some kid stuff is just scary. I mean, it's just like any horror movie. Like, when you have those kid dolls that are out here looking like a demon, and you're like, okay, who's gonna get this for a kid? Like, come on now.
Dude, there's some weird stuff people get for their kids. I make a good Michael Myers. Wow, thanks, Tariq.
I don't even know who that is.
The guy in Halloween that we're gonna watch in 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Silence of the Lambs. No, that is on the list. I want one as Batman and one as I call Joker. I got the long hair. I'm so white I don't have to paint my face. I think Hannibal is a great show. Okay. Any horror cliches that you actually really like?
Cliches, let me think.
I mean, anytime they do weird stuff with the camera, which has become more popular mainly due to James Wan, frankly, and his revolution of the horror. But like when they do like those weird like spinning camera shots or like really dynamic or like it peeking underneath the bed, like when they do cool stuff with the camera where they don't show you everything, I like that.
I think that like one of the things that I really like and really hate because I know it's when a scare is coming is like when they will focus on the face of a person and they will rotate or move the camera so that because like you can't like to begin with the shot will make sure that you can't see anything and then it'll move the camera so that you can
there's like something right there
about to see something. I always see it coming. I'm like, oh gosh, here we go. I
mean, the true really creepy movies are the ones that play with that and don't do it sometimes so that you don't know what to trust.
Yeah.
I hate loud music because it works. Sometimes
the really, loud music.
I really don't like that. I don't like that because if you don't do it well, like if you watch the cliche way where they'll do the violins or whatever, like the creepy noise. Like if you look up creepy sound effects on YouTube, you'll hear it. I don't like that. Unless they do it in a weird, like there are times where they could do it well, but it's only when it's subverting that cliche.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why it is a cliche, like, because it's already been done, so.
But, I mean, like, when we were watching Malignant, that was one of the cool things, is it would start playing this freaky music, and nothing was happening, and you're like, your brain was like, what's gonna happen? And it would just, like, automatically get you on your toes, and there'd be, like, this super tense music pumping.
Yeah, like, even though, like, Malignant wasn't the best horror movie
Dude, at the same time, I, like, swung the opposite direction because everybody in the comments was trashing it. And I was like, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It was, like, a thoroughly enjoyable... It wasn't, like, the greatest thing to happen to horror, but I enjoyed myself watching the movie.
It was enjoyable. It definitely was, like, on the lower end for me as far as, like, horror movie goes.
I also like James Wan, though. And to be fair, he's a good director. So, like, the movie was probably a 3, but it went up to, like, a 6 or 7 because he's a good director.
But regardless, like, there are certain things in the movie, for example, like, I feel like in the beginning when they had the whole chase scene happen with her running up the stairs and stuff like that, they had it so that the music that was playing wasn't really matching what was happening on the screen. And so I wasn't expecting the scare because usually there's some sort of, like, audio buildup.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it happened. I was like, whoa, what's
Which
happening?
I really liked. Yeah,
So I like
really
those
liked it.
things.
Thank you for the super chat, Marvin. Let me find your question here. If you could jump into any movie or splice different movies together to jump in, or just make your own jump into, what would it be? Well, there's a lot.
Wow,
there.
that's a...
What if we said horror movie
Okay, yeah.
to stay on theme? What horror movie would you jump into?
I would be jumping
Oh,
out.
actually, you know what I would combine?
What?
Inception and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Sure.
Dude, can you imagine like a full like, all right, we've trained an army of my subconscious to fight Freddy. It's like this whole like maze epic battle.
Oh,
Dude, it would be like
insane.
it would be like the Alien to Aliens thriller to action jump. Okay, that would be iconic.
That'd
be so cool.
Yeah, just like horror Inception.
So dope.
That'd be actually really cool.
Somebody needs to make a fan film. I mean, what about you?
What do you think? I mean, it's kind of difficult. Probably put together like some action, like, I don't know, Star Wars, John Wick or something with like The Conjuring.
Star Wars John Wick.
Something like
pretty
that.
dope.
Or no.
That'd be pretty dope.
What does is The Quiet Place
I guess it's its own universe. Technically.
is it like horror, right? It's
Yeah.
basically horror.
Yeah.
Star
Yeah.
Wars and like all the Quiet Place monsters.
They'd be screwed. They would all die. Well, actually, though, somebody with the Force. That's true. A Jedi versus the Quiet Place monsters?
I mean, listen, they said that like the bullets can be blocked, like they can block.
You can't
bullets.
block a laser.
But yeah, what about a lightsaber
Dude,
and laser?
no, that's true. I
Heck,
like
and
that.
they couldn't travel across the water.
I like that. That's true.
John Wick versus Jason? Yes, never mind.
I mean, come on. We know who's going to win. Okay, guys?
yeah,
Come
okay.
on.
Come on.
That's not even a question.
Yeah.
What's something about Halloween that you like and dislike?
I don't know. Buying candy and having to give that out.
That's what you dislike?
Yeah.
Dang kids
Nah.
running around.
No, I actually enjoy it. It didn't really happen that much. Like, at least recently, it hasn't happened.
Dude, people are like scared of each other because COVID. It kind of stinks. It's like
Yeah.
depressing. Like you go walking on the street and somebody like walks around you.
Yeah, a while back, like, at least in our old place, like, we used to give out candy, like, not from our house, but, like, walking around. But,
Yeah. I think it's fun. I think it's a cool. I mean, honestly, sometimes my only problem with it is when it goes like a little too adult, where I'm like, "Whoa, guys, come on! This is just like chill holiday. Like, let's just dress up and have some fun. You want to?
yeah, I mean, they can do what they want.
you want to have some
honestly, I don't
drinks?
care.
Like, you can do that, but like, don't sneeze. I know, like, sneezing is illegal now. Like, you sneeze and everybody looks at you. Sorry, I don't want to go on. I don't want to start that whole thing. Let's not talk about that. Okay, I dislike kids knocking at the door. What's wrong with that? As long as they're not little punks, it's okay.
Well, I mean,
I mean, if they are little punks, that's not okay, but... what kind of pacing do you prefer in a horror movie? Fast, action-packed, or slower in building? I don't really care. I just think it's got to be done well. I think both are really enjoyable.
But, I mean, what do you prefer any, or?
I don't.
Interesting.
Because some of the best combine both of those, too, right? Like... Yeah, I don't know. I don't like one specifically over another.
I kind of like slower in building. I think even though like sometimes like people don't prefer that, at least as far as like, because for example like the whole like Godzilla 1, and then they didn't like how
that's true.
It wasn't building it. I mean, they didn't show him enough. Like I kind of prefer like it starting off fairly slow.
Don't you think the best action horror though has a little bit of both?
I mean, yeah.
I feel like I think a Quiet Place 2 was kind of both.
Oh, it's 100% both.
Right, and so I think the best is that like marriage of the two, where it's like you have the slow and then it builds to like the crazy kind of action-y sort of things.
Yeah.
Okay, people just don't like kids in the chat. I love kids, so I have no problem with children getting candy. I think it's great. As long as they're just not being little punks, it's cool. It's trick or treating. I don't even know what those are. The zombie Skittles? What are they, like wacky tasting Skittles? Is it like what the heck are those jelly beans?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking. Bean Boozled?
Yeah.
Yeah. My nan during Halloween gave out baby carrots to kids. No one goes to her house. Dang, you can leave like a jar out too, like.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you trust
that. Well, that's true. Is candy corn good? What do you think? I never got it.
I don't really care.
It tastes like I don't know what it tastes like. It tastes like it's weird. It tastes like 3D printed candy.
Would you rather be bitten by a vampire or a werewolf?
Werewolf. That's so much easier to deal with. Because, like, vampire, you can never go out during the daytime. Whereas, like, werewolf, you just have a bad day every month.
Well, that's true.
You know, like, you deal with it like Lupin. Like, you just get a garage and lock it up and are like, okay, it's the full moon, let me hide. And you just deal with it. Whereas, like, vampire, it's like you can't even function, and then you're stuck living forever, which kind of stinks.
I'd rather be a vampire, though. They're just more classy, I feel.
Oh, dude, werewolves are the coolest. Skyrim, you always gotta be a werewolf.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, my gosh. I already have a bad day every day of the week. I think I'm a werewolf.
Well, I mean, if it's every day, like, it might be something different. You might be a vampire.
Exactly. Overlord is probably the best action horror I can think of. Well, yeah, if zombies count as horror.
I mean, if monster things count as horror, I feel like zombies count as horror.
That's action horror all the way, then. And then zombies beat the action horror genre.
Yeah.
Max, right? I mean, those are the best action horror you're ever going to get. Any cool Japanese candy that you miss? Oh, you can get a lot of stuff
I get a
here.
decent amount of Japanese candy here. We go to, like, certain stores. There's, like, pretty good Japanese stores. Tokyo Central and stuff like that.
Yeah. By the way, we're going to be leaving in like 10-15 minutes, guys. So if you guys got any questions or super chats or anything like that, throw them in the chat, because we are going to be heading out here soon. To head out. Oh, all right, Tess. Well, have a nice night.
Carrie. Oh, I've heard of a lot of these movies, though.
Which one?
The
Amityville Horror. I've heard of that.
It's Alive.
Carrie is Stephen King. I don't know. Does that count as horror?
I mean, Stephen King is
Stephen
considered
King.
horror.
He's weird.
The Hills Have Eyes. I've heard of that.
I've heard of that one too. Phantasm. Everybody's been talking about. Omen. I've heard.
The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Interesting.
Thanks, Kayla. That's really sweet. How are we? We're good. Just don't have any air conditioning, so we're really hot.
Yes, it is very hot.
Anything Stephen King is horror. When is the marathon starting? Saturday. It's going to be once a week till October 31st. We'll probably do like a horror watch party, live stream, something or other. Towards the end there. Are you considering doing more book reviews after Harry Potter? Yes, but because books take a lot of time, and as time goes on, our free time is only going to get smaller, less, shorter.
We're
only going to have less free time. I don't know how to refer to it as free time. So I don't know how possible doing book reviews are going to be, but possibly. I mean, I'm down to it. Just bring it up. How much do you like flavored beverages? You are always drinking one. Well, I mean, to be fair, that's just water. But usually...
But you are drinking flavored beverages, like, a decent amount.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Just all beverages? I don't know. I like iced tea a lot. I don't like I'm not like a huge chug a soda every day sort of person. But I like my iced tea and I like coffee, so coffee in any sort of form, iced, hot, whatever, is great. And The Green Mile isn't really horror either. Stephen King's more supernatural. You know?
That's true, but I usually hear of him as like a horror novelist, like.
Yeah, but it's always like weird and supernatural. Like the Dark Tower series, I don't think is horror.
Interesting. That is true though. Like some of the stuff that we've watched from him isn't. Interesting. I don't know why I always thought it was horror.
Would you rather be the guy who dies first, the stupid one, the jock, the sexy couple, or any other tropes in horror movies? Who's the one that always wins? It's always the girl, isn't it?
I mean, I feel like isn't that one of the things?
Also,
like
you kind of combined those because the sexy couple is usually the stupid one and the jock. Like, if it's not a big horror cast, it is. It's the stupid girl and the jock, and they're the sexy couple, and then they die first.
I'd be the first person that dies as isn't actually a character, but is just
they're
there
like,
to like
they're
demonstrate.
like actually a cool guy though. They're always responsive.
Yeah.
Like there's always the like, no, I'm gonna go save. Oh, and he just like dies.
No, I mean like someone who's there to just demonstrate like.
Oh, how serious the horror thing is.
Yeah, what the monster can do or something like that.
You're the like lab doctor.
Yeah,
Dr. George, what's in the shadow?
I don't know. And then it just cuts. That's it. You never see me again.
I want to be like the police officer. There's always like the sheriff.
Hello? Like right in the middle of the movie. Like,
is anybody home? The phone actually worked. It's dude, we gotta make like a horror comedy thing, dude. That'd be so fun.
Funny.
Would you rather Truth or Dare? What? Would you rather and Truth or Dare are more psychological horror? Which would you be more comfortable participating in? I don't know. I just get flashbacks to weird teenage parties when I think of either of those. So neither. Well, see, the thing is,
I can't even understand the question.
they're two horror movies, but they're based off of like party games.
Would you rather and Truth or Dare? Okay, I get you. I have no idea. I don't know the rules, like.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm assuming in the movie, like, Truth or Dare or something, like, if you don't do it, like, something terrible happens or whatever. So,
yeah.
I have no idea.
Who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite final girl?
Well, I mean, so far, like, how many do we have?
I mean, think about it. There's a lot of, even if it's not your classic 80s trope where it's a group, there's a lot of girls, femme fatale, or not for like main girl characters or whoever. Like, horror preys on girls a lot, frankly. So there's a lot. I mean, even with like, you got Don't Breathe, you got Hush.
That's true.
You know what is my favorite is Ready or Not. She's epic. She's so cool.
Ready or Not.
The one where she gets married.
Oh, yeah,
She's a great protagonist.
Dude, I remember the acting in that one was so good.
Her acting
was really
killer.
good.
Because she kept the like funny, likable, but then she also hit the like really serious, like horror, disturbed notes.
Yeah, that was really good.
She's a good final girl, for sure. Hush though is really good as well.
Yeah, Hush was good.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Have you seen the original, Shane? The original's amazing. Even better than the remake. Shining Book is more action than horror. Yeah. It makes sense. What's up, Layla? Dude, we just watched that animated thing that you got on the hero tier. That thing was dope.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I did not expect that to be as cool, and I really liked that. I was not sure what to expect, but that was super enjoyable and really well written.
I was actually a little worried because usually that sort of art style kind of usually the shows kind of surrounding that art style are kind of a little more either dark or kind of just weird or disturbing. But it was really good. I liked
really
it.
liked it. The whole villain thing, the Beast was
Dude,
cool.
the Beast was really
Dude, that
cool.
was just really enjoyable. Oh my god, I liked that a lot. Oh dang. That's so cool. Have you guys watched Babysitter 1 and 2 horror comedy? No. The second one's... Oh, I've seen it, but the second one's whack, though. First one's a good, like, dark horror comedy, but the second one's weird. Hi, guys. Long time no see. I had a terrible week. My teacher was a complete jerk, and now tomorrow I have to go back to school, and it's going to be awkward.
Oh, goodness.
Well, that sucks, Christina. I'm sorry. Wait, what? Are you in high school? What kind of teacher are you dealing with here?
I'm assuming, like, probably, like, high school or something. I feel like, I don't know, as far as, like, college goes, like, it's not that, like, if
That's
something
what I was
happens,
thinking,
you kind of
right?
just...
Like, you can kind of just avoid it.
I'm sure we will, Andrew. Because we usually talk about it, and it comes up in conversations.
What?
Or Christian Bale's
Oh,
Batman
yeah. For at some point, for sure, yeah. We haven't seen 1989 Batman. Well, I mean, I have, but not all of it, I don't think. And Nine-Tailed Brush hasn't seen it at all.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, of course, but we gotta start halfway through September or we're not gonna get enough. I mean, dude, if we only did one classic horror movie a week, we'd only get like 4 done if we started in October, so...
That is true.
We gotta start... That's why I'm starting now, so we can get like 6 or 7 solid movies in. Maybe we'll do a double header, like, you know, actually get some serious ones. Layla, thank you for the super chat. I'm so glad you liked Over the Garden Wall. That's so awesome to hear. Also, what do you guys think are your favorite Halloween movies? Well, we're just getting into Halloween movies. Like, we've seen a lot of horror movies, but if you think about it, none of them have really taken place around Halloween. Whereas, like, the movies we're gonna get into are really gonna take place.
That's true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that sucks, Christina.
That is... Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Chantel. I am from Ogawamachi. It's a small place. Want to visit, want to show. Yeah, Okinawa's cool.
Thanks, Chantal. Trick or Treat takes place on Halloween, yeah. We haven't seen the original Halloween movie. We're going to be watching it in like a half an hour here. So that's why we're going to be heading out of live stream in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that has a final girl, so we'll see. Someone said it was their favorite.
Yeah, a little bit iconic, yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, Christina, have a great night.
Have good luck with that.
Layla, Nightmare Before Christmas is going up on Sunday, so no worries.
What would you consider it?
I don't know. I feel like more Halloween. Because it takes place in Halloween Town exclusively. And even the stuff they do for Christmas are Halloween-esque. I would say it's more
I feel like it's Halloween.
It is. It's
because
Halloween.
It's like Christmas is more of like a almost like a plot point.
Yeah, and even the ending doesn't feel very Christmassy. It feels very horror Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Halloween. Will you do an MCU live discussion? I'm sure we try and do live streams like once a week, so I'm sure we'll do an MCU live discussion.
A live discussion about what though?
When we have some crazy stuff to discuss. Movies with dogs.
My first anime was well, like,
I mean, Mononoke.
I mean, yeah. I was
That's
thinking,
pretty
like,
dog heavy.
my first like anime that wasn't more of like a older anime was like Wolf's Rain.
I don't know.
Have you heard about that big hit lyric? That was an interesting one. Oh yeah, Paranorman. That was another stop motion movie that I heard about.
Isn't there one about a dog?
That might be it.
Is that it? The one about the dog that looks like the Target dog? No. Wasn't it like Frankenpup or something?
Oh, Frankenweenie. I feel like Paranorman had a dog or something.
Did
Or
it?
no, it might be...
Okay, Layla, is Gremlins a Christmas movie though? Because that's what everybody said it was.
Regardless, I feel like we're gonna do it as like Christmas.
We are.
Right?
We're gonna
'Cause
do it. It's been on the list. I almost put it on the polls, but then everybody said that it's a Christmas movie, so I figured I'd save it for Christmas. Especially because we have so many horror movies to watch. Yeah, people have brought up Corpse Bride. We're gonna put it on the poll for animation, and if you guys want that, because I've been seeing a good amount of comments, so I'll throw it up there and let the people decide. All right, well, we're probably going to be heading out here since we're hitting just about an hour and we have a lot of reactions to do. But thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yes,
You guys
thank you guys.
get hyped for this Halloween extravaganza. Yeah, I hope you guys hang around. We're gonna be doing crazy Halloween stuff every Saturday. We got Nightmare on Elm Street for sure, and then Halloween and Halloween 2018. So those are the first 3 guaranteed. We got a bunch of other stuff. Obviously, come hang out with us every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll be doing a live stream on something, for sure. So, thank you guys. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys next week.
I won't eat any razors.
You won't. We won't
No
eat
worries.
razors.
We're all good. We still got a month.